We're going to do a quick overview of Atibal's AT AGB 4X. This is an ACOG clone. There's no doubt about it. Compared 1-to-1 to an ACOG, they share the same field of view, the same eye relief, they have the same form factor, the same layout, the turrets are in the same places, the prismatic assembly is cut the same. This is an ACOG as Glenn Binden would recognize it. The question is it worth your time? The first question that's going to come across anyone's mind is this as tough as an ACOG? If it isn't as tough as an ACOG, people aren't going to want it. That's bottom line. I know that. So I've been conducting a bit of a torture test on this optic for a good while now. Throwing it up in the air, beating it up. I beat it up before I even mounted it on the rifle to see if anything rattled loose or if anything broke on the inside of the assembly. Nothing has. I remounted, re-zeroed, and I've found actually favorable results. Despite my general abuse, the Atibal 4X has maintained its zero thus far. What you're about to see on the target, the top left is my zero, or what I was happy with there. We're down 1 inch and over left an inch. And on the right, I took it off, remounted, shot, took it off, threw it in the grass as you just saw, remounted and shot again. We're still an inch down and an inch left. We maintained our zero from our initial sight-in. That's pretty exciting. That wasn't quite a drop, nothing to really write home about until I let it hit the concrete. The Atibal is cast aluminum, and I gotta say, it does make a satisfying thud when it hits the ground. It's a nice sound. Good job, Atibal. Before I remount it and shoot again, a little bit about the optic. The glass is clear enough. It's definitely not as clear as an ACOG, but this Generation 1 model has been rectified with the Gen 2 model, which Atibal said is much more clear. Furthermore, the optic has a sticky coating, which I didn't like, but that was again rectified with the Generation 2. This is shot immediately after remounting from that concrete drop. Where do you think we're going to be? We're an inch down and an inch over, just like the previous shots were. That's pretty good. I'm happy with the abuse so far, and I'm going to continue to abuse this optic in the future. First up is going to be to re-zero with M193 and stretch out the optic's leg, make sure the BDC is working well. Despite being rough around the edges, the Atibal appears to be fairly tough. And that's what consumers are going to want out of a Trijicon clone. They want some of that legendary Trijicon toughness. If Atibal continues to make improvements to the optic, Trijicon could have a big problem with consumers flocking to a more budget-friendly optic. I've touched base with Trijicon before about introducing a sport model by referencing it in my articles and actually emailing them telling them how it would be a really good idea for a model that average consumers can purchase, but they don't think that's a good idea. So if someone like Atibal wants to come along and take that part of the market out from underneath them, we'll go right ahead. So if you need a working man's ACOG, you know where to go. Keep an eye out for Atibal's future product line as well. I hear they have some cool things in the works.